well. Let's try Patty again in Alvin, Texas. Patty, you wanted to talk about health care and insurance?
Yes, sir. So I just wanted to, for people to hear the real story from somebody who went through it. I had to buy my own insurance because I'm an independent contractor. I sat across the table from a man, and he told me how wonderful it was, and I bought it. And they took $350 out of my checking account every single month. And when I got diagnosed with breast cancer, I remember thinking to myself, well, at least I have insurance. So I was going to go to the most fancy hospital, and their business office called me up, and they said, you don't have insurance. My insurance was actually not worth the paper it was written on, and that's the truth.
Wow.
So, yeah, I mean, seriously, they've been taking all this money out of my checking account. So,
was it one of these, quote, network scams where basically there's a bunch of doctors and you just get a discount at them?
I don't even remember the name of the company. And, by the time I find this out, my whole concentration is on, I've got advanced cancer, and, that's all I'm thinking about.
Oh, jeez.
So I don't even remember the name of the company.
Right.
So I went to an oncologist who was willing to work with me, and his staff told me about the Texas high risk pool. So I called him up. Yeah, you can get on the high risk pool, but you have to wait a year before we cover you for a pre-existing. Well, I didn't have a year. I mean, I flat didn't have a year.
Right.
But then they told me about the exemption, and the exemption was if you had what did I call it, major medical insurance for at least 12 months before your diagnosis, they waived the 1-year wait, and they covered you immediately. So what does that tell you? I was obviously not the first person who had this problem in the great state of Texas.
Yep. So they set up a program to deal with people who were the victims of these health insurance scams, but it's not advertised. Nobody knows about it unless they go and specifically ask for it.
Right. Yeah,
Amazing.
I had no idea. I'd never heard of a high-risk pool before. I had no idea.
Yeah.
So then, of course, my insurance premiums kept rising. And by the time that Obamacare came out, which, of course, I jumped on as fast as I could, I was paying $833 a month with a $5,000 deductible.
Wow.
For one person.
Wow. That's incredible. Yeah, this is...
people just need to hear it for somebody who's actually been through it. It's for real.
Yeah.
There really are these horrible policies, and they really do. I mean, I honestly did not have a year. If I'd had to wait for a year, I wouldn't be here.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I so know what you're going through. Louise went through breast cancer. I had prostate cancer. I mean, we've both been through this, right?
Yeah, and not fun. Not a fun game to play.
Yeah, no, it's not. And Louise, she had they were using a drug called Herceptin, and it was fairly new at that time. This was 5 years ago, and it was like $100,000 a treatment. I mean, it was insanely expensive. And she got a letter from her health insurance company about 3 months before Obamacare kicked in, saying that you're hitting your lifetime limit, and which means that you lose your insurance, and B, you're uninsurable by any other company.
That's right, you are.
Yeah, and this was
people would call me up and try to sell me health insurance, and all you got to say is the word cancer, and that ends that conversation real quick.
Yeah, there you go. Well, Patty, thank you.
Thank you, Tom.
Thanks for sharing the story. It's a good one, and it was worth the wait. I appreciate it. Thank you, Patty.